Hello and welcome to the State of the Mets. I'm Andrew Vazzano of the Ropolitans.com, and this is my weekly web show all about the New York Mets. Today we'll be discussing their injury bug that has plagued the Mets lately, the emergence of both Nick Evans and Daniel Murphy, and give you some updates on John Maine and Oliver Perez.
And it's out of here!
First up, we got the injuries, and I know this isn't going to come as a surprise to any of you, but the Mets have been absolutely decimated by injuries in 2009. Right now, six main players that you really were thought the Mets were going to have to rely on this year are currently sidelined with some sort of injury. Jose Reyes, Carlos Beltran, Carlos Delgado, John Maine, Oliver Perez, J.J. Putz. All sidelined, all sitting out, all injured. Now, don't blame the medical staff because it's really not been a problem with them. It's not like everyone's going down with hamstring issues, everyone's going down with arm issues. It's been a variety of different injuries, and it's really just been a string of bad luck. The Mets medical staff, I'm sure, is doing a fine job. Maybe they could do a little bit better, but that's not the issue right here. The issue is the backups that have been playing in their place. The guys like Alex Cora, Fernando Martinez, and now, as we'll get to in the next segment, Nick Evans, Daniel Murphy. They have been impressing me. Obviously, Martinez isn't hitting the way everybody thought he would or want him to, but the guys like Alex Cora, and specifically Alex Cora, has really impressed me. You know, they signed him as a backup utility infielder to spell Castillo, to spell Reyes every few days. To spell Castillo every few days, to spell Reyes much more sparingly. And he has stepped into the everyday shortstop role, and he has done great. He's not batting .350, he's not hitting home runs every other at bat, but he has done more than any Mets fan could ask for. I like the signing when they brought him in this offseason. I thought it was a little expensive, but now he is earning every penny of this contract. If the Mets can just keep their heads above water, stay close in the division, they're only a half game out of first place right now, and once they get some of these guys back, and once some of these guys get back into the groove, they are sitting pretty for a good 2009 season and a strong postseason run.
And it's out of here!
And now we have the Nick Evans, Daniel Murphy question mark. Evans just came up. He's been playing well in his first few games. Murphy looked like he was getting hot right before Evans came up. They're both playing first base. Here's the problem. You're not going to put Murphy back in left field. We already all saw that, and no one wants to see that again. Do you stick Evans in left field, hope his glove is decent enough that his bat makes up for whatever he's doing wrong in left? Put Murphy at first, keep him there, groom him for the future. I don't think both of these guys are going to be on the team come the trade deadline. I think one of those guys is going to be shipped away elsewhere, maybe to Washington, maybe to Cleveland, to bring in a part that the Mets sorely need for this season. Unless, Evans starts really raking and can play a decent left field, if Murphy starts hitting and he's playing a decent first base, and the Mets are winning and, they can make up for it elsewhere, and everyone's doing what they need to do, maybe Murphy and Evans stay on this team. But I would not rush out to the clubhouse store and get my jerseys printed up just yet. I would wait a few weeks, see who's still on the team. Maybe both of them are. We don't know. But, it's a good problem to have. Two young bats up right now. You just got to know the Mets may be looking to trade, maybe for a Dunn, maybe for Nick Johnson, maybe for Mark DeRosa. And one of those guys is probably an integral part of the package that the Mets send away to bring in that other spare part for this season. And finally, we have some updates on John Maine and Oliver Perez and their effect on the Mets rotation. Maine and Perez will be making starts for the Brooklyn Cyclones this weekend. Maine on Saturday is an away game, but Oliver Perez on Sunday is a home game, so if you want to head out to Brooklyn, you'll be able to see the newly mohawked Oliver Perez take the mound. Obviously, the Mets might be bringing these two guys back in the very near future. What's that mean for the rest of the team? Obviously, the Mets need to keep pitching Fernando Nieve. He has been way too good to drop out of the rotation right now. Just keep playing the hot hand, Jerry, and everything will work out fine. A guy like Tim Redding, he hasn't been terrible, but he might get bumped out of the rotation. I can see John Maine coming back well before Oliver Perez. I would rather see Perez work in the minor leagues just to get just what he needs right. I can see Maine coming back. He's more of a battler. He actually can put up some good, decent starts, and his arm seems to be back to where it needs to be. So if it's up to me, I bring Maine back before I bring Perez back. I drop Redding from the rotation, and I would keep pitching Fernando Nieve because that guy has been too good to let go. Play the hot hand, Jerry. It'll all work out. So that's it for this week's The State of the Mets. I'm Andrew Vazzano of TheRopolitans.com. The Subway Series kicks off tonight in Citi Field, so enjoy and let's go Mets.
You have the time of your life.